Good morning. Welcome to this stroll through The Hague. It is Thursday, the 25th of February, and the temperature is 13 degrees Celsius. As you might be able to see, I'm not in the city centre. I'm about 4.5 kilometers south of the city centre in what is called the Vruchtenbuurt. As you can see, it's quite quiet on the streets. We're still in lockdown, and in the evening we have curfew, so very few people around. We're now approaching the Laan van Eyck, which used to be a wonderful street. There used to be a tram riding through it. It is one of the more tree-lined streets. Running east-west through this part of the city. As you can see, it looks a bit gloomy here, and that is because these are all council houses which were built shortly after the Second World War. And coming up on the left is a very interesting building, and this is where they used to put the trams to sleep. Unfortunately, it's not used that much anymore because the new trams won't fit. They can't make the turn, and the main tram activities are being moved to a site much further from the city. It's quite a big building. I don't know what they're going to do with it when they finally stop using it. It'd be nice to see some more houses, some decent houses here. But you never know. Excuse me. This street I'm walking through is the Vleerboomstraat, a very long street, with this part of it being social housing, and the part where I started this video being houses which you can buy. Now I say houses, most of them are apartments, ground floor, first floor, second floor, which is quite usual for the older parts of the city. The houses we've just passed before the butcher's shop were built around 1929, somewhere around then, and modernized in the 1950s. This is the Lijsterbergstraat, and we're now walking down the side of the tram shed towards one of the major roads in the city, the Laan van Eyck. There are just a couple of trams in there today, but it's also used for maintaining the historic trams, of which there are quite a few in the city. And in the summer, the historic trams run for tourists through the city centre, up to Scheveningen, sometimes down this way. The building coming up on the right now used to be a school, and it is one of the schools which has been turned into apartments. Much better than tearing them down. And in the street behind it there is another school which has been turned into apartments. Now here we have the rest of the tram shed. See, most of the doors are closed. There's only trams for one route kept here, and they're the old trams from the 1970s and 1980s. So we're now coming up to the Laan van Meerdervoort, and when we get there I will stop the video to go and buy something, and then we will continue our route back towards the Vleerboomstraat. Okay, we're back. Now we can start walking down the Laan van Meerdervoort, and this, if I can adjust my camera because it's looking too high, is the longest lane, Laan means lane, in the city. It runs from the city centre almost down to the coast. Used to be a lot of shops here. This is what's left of them. Not very much. One of the more interesting ones for me is the shop that sells and repairs clocks. This used to be a very busy street, but the local council has done its best to reduce car traffic to just one lane, giving more room to cyclists. Tram 3 to Zoetermeer also comes here. 12 trams an hour during the week, even during the crisis when we're on lockdown. Here we have flower shop, which fortunately has been able to be open all the time because they have a counter outside where you can collect your and pay for your flowers. On the right is the Bethlehem Church, a very large church. It's a national monument, and before Corona it would be full. And that's a lot of people, twice every Sunday. Earlier I mentioned the Laan van Eyckendouwen, and now we're going to turn into the Laan van Eyckendouwen. I probably have trouble with the sun because we're now heading in an easterly direction. As you can see, more apartments. And lots of trees. In the summer it's quite nice down here. Our council is well known for chopping down trees and planting them with tiny little ones which are supposed to grow fast. But here the trees have been left, and in the summer it's absolutely wonderful. Now we cross over. This house on the corner used to be an off license, then it was a doctor's surgery, and now it's being turned into a normal house, and on the other corner we have the scooter store, and that used to be a supermarket. But as with many small supermarkets these days, it couldn't compete with the larger national chains, and I have to say it was quite expensive, but handy if you needed something quick. Now as we walk down here, we're shortly going to turn right. Walking in the road into the Kruisbessenstraat, and this, from the corner here onwards, is dominated by an old people's home. It is an enormous building which has rooms, single rooms, double rooms, but also complete flats where people can get the treatment they need and still live in complete privacy. On the right we have the Berziklaan. I will cross over towards it now. This is also very nice in the summer with all these bushes and trees, very green, in contrast to some parts of the city where you will not find a tree for kilometers. This house on the corner has just been renovated. Actually, they've done it quite fast. I see there's flowers and everything inside, so the people have already moved in. Sports school, which is closed. Sports schools have been closed since I think the middle of November. Can't remember, the rules change here so often. And on the corner, the butcher's, which has been here for years and years. And we're back to where we started, in the Vruchtenbuurt, which is also a green street. That tree leaning there is outside my window, and thankfully it's leaning the wrong way should it fall over, so it won't hit my house. Now that's it for today's quick stroll. I hope you enjoyed it. Feel free to like and subscribe, and see you for the next one. Take care, bye bye.